Okay, I'm going to try another little video again today, just run through all the different pieces on the DJI Go app. It's a bit windier out here today, a bit gloomier, but I can see the screen a bit better, but it's holding up alright in the wind so far. Right, so we'll put the bird out of the way a little bit. Okay, hope it's a bit quieter and you can still hear me. Okay, right, first thing I was going to show you then, so you can see just about here on the screen, we're in P mode, GPS. We've got currently 18 satellites. We are ready to go in GPS mode. The earlier versions of DJI Go, you'll probably notice there was a slightly darker green and it didn't read ready to go. It used to say ready to fly, but for whatever reason they've changed that to ready to go. Shows us all the camera settings there. You probably noticed I got a warning up on the screen initially that said the cache was full. I think that's to do with the app that I'm using to record. I thought the other day when I did the same video that the SD card was full on the drone itself, but if you look just about here, you'll see that we are recording. We've been recording for nearly a minute and a half now. Just up there, you can see that we are recording in 1080p, 24 frames per second. Shows us again the duration of time left on the SD card. So we've got about an hour and 20 minutes worth of record time on the SD card. Photo mode there then, so it's showing us the ISO of the camera. We can just tap it here just to brighten up a little bit. Usual features there, we've got a button just there which will land us straight away, or we can return to home and land on this one. Over here then we've got our start stop record, or I can use it on the control, which I've been doing. So what we'll have a look at first of all, you can see whereabouts we are, where our little bubble is. Something on this last update of DJI Go I've noticed is we've now on my screen exactly where we are. We're about 8 miles away from a private light airfield, and this field I'm in now is right on the edge of the warning zone. So what we'll do is it's only a light aircraft, so it's like a weekend sort of half a dozen aircraft sort of thing based at the airfield. So it's very, very small airfield. They do have parachutes there when the weather's nice, but I can't imagine they'll be parachuting today, and especially not 8 miles away. So what I'm going to do is we'll fly right up to that line and we'll see if we get any warnings basically. There you go, so it's now saying this area, enhanced warning zone, may include flight restrictions. Please confirm you want to continue the flight and be cautious. I'm authorised, if required, to fly in this area. I accept full responsibility for my flight. So we can accept that we accept full responsibility for the flight. So I've agreed that, let's see what it's doing now. Okay, so there's a little disclaimer there we've got to go through. Yep. Big disclaimer we'll go through. Is there a confirm button at the end of it? No. I see we've got little tick boxes. So if you look just about here, you can see there's a couple of little tick boxes. It's quite hard to see on the screen. So we'll tick both of those. Confirm's lit up just down below here, so we'll hit confirm. So it's good, so let's carry on flying. Okay, right, so we're right overhead. That's me again. So something else I was going to look at. I realised last time when I came out here for a fly that I thought something's different about the intelligent flight modes. And I had a look at a few of the previous videos. I realised what the Go app used to do last time. Obviously, I've hadn't used the intelligent flights for a while. So what it used to do, when you flicked it down to F mode, which I'll do now. Okay, so you can see that we're now in F mode, GPS. Signal's breaking up a little bit, but that's fine. What used to happen was at this point, a bar would appear right across the whole of the bottom of the screen. Which I'll demonstrate. I'll show you a clip of the old video now with the old bar across the bottom there. You'll also notice that the slightly darker green bar at the top there, which I think reads safe to fly GPS or something like that, in a darker green. A couple of little things they've just changed, but now all that happens when I've flicked into FGPS mode is just here this little icon appears. So what we have to do is tap that icon. That now gives us all the different choices: the normal flight, points of interest, follow me, waypoints, home lock, course lock. So I'll just try point of interest again like we did the other day. So I'm going to tap point of interest up there. Okay, so we'll come down a little bit. That landed on my head. Okay, so we'll apply that. So you can see just on the right hand side of the screen there's enough altitude already. If I come down too far, the altitude obviously goes red. We need to take it up into the minimum of the blue. Okay, so we'll go to about 35 feet, something like that. Same with the radius, we need to pull it out until it's gone into the blue. So there you go, so it's about 30 feet. We'll hit the start button. Swap across to the map, we'll hit start. Okay, and you can see then we get a little bit of information about how to control the aircraft. So left stick decreases or increases the radius, turns right, turns left, right stick throttles up, throttle down. We can change between clockwise and counterclockwise on the point of interest. So obviously we can also control the camera as well, so we can rotate the camera whilst well, not the camera, but the whole aircraft will rotate, effectively rotating the camera whilst we're doing the orbit if we want to. Okay, so we'll okay that. You can see it's saying failed to start auto flight, mission conflict. Okay, we'll confirm that, although it has already started for some reason. That seems to be doing it. I'll zoom in a little bit, see what's doing on the map. Not quite sure why it said that, because it has actually started. Okay, so you can see that we're doing, if I move myself over here, see we're doing 2.2 miles an hour in a clockwise direction. We can speed it up a little bit just on the slider there, or I can speed it up on the throttle stick as well. Okay, so I can use the left throttle stick now, which will rotate the aircraft. So rather than looking at me, although the signal's breaking up a little bit, you can actually see the direction of the camera itself. Okay, we'll bring it back round. It's actually quite windy. It's struggling a little bit in the wind, so we'll slow it down slightly. In fact, we'll go the other way. We'll give it a counterclockwise about 3 miles an hour. Try that out. Yep, so that's working. Okay, so we can hide that if we want to. So I can hide the point of interest again. All you've got to do is hit the little point of interest icon there, and that will bring it back. Okay, so we'll exit this mode, which again, little button just about down there somewhere, exits the mode. Okay, and we want to confirm that the aircraft will hover. So we'll exit that mode. And we'll have look at some other things. We'll do a follow me again, because this confused me a little bit the other day. I've updated Go since. What I'm going to do is I'll bring the altitude down. Okay, so the altitude has gone red now. So if you look just over on this side, obviously it says we've got strong mobile GPS signal, and also it says just to the right of that the altitude is 14 feet. So it won't let us, in theory it won't let us do the follow me. If I take it up to about 17 feet, it goes blue, which would suggest that it'll allow us to follow at 17 feet. I'll try and apply that, and we get this warning up the top here. It says fly within altitude range, and it disappears right quick. We'll try it again. 10 to 120 meters, which is actually 32.8 feet. So even though it's gone blue, suggesting it'll allow us to follow at that height, we actually need to take it up to at least, I'll say about 33 feet before it allows us to follow. So we'll take it to about 37 feet, something like that. We'll hit apply. Okay, and we'll go for a little wander again and see what happens. Saying failed to enter follow me mode, mission conflict, which is what it said on the last point of interest. So we'll confirm that. But is it following me? Not yet. So it does seem to have failed that one. Try it again. Okay, so we should have enough altitude there, like we said. We'll apply that. Okay, right, according to that it should be following us now, so we'll have a little wander around the field. There it comes.
Low battery warning.
Okay, so obviously we've got a low battery warning there as well, so we'll let it follow me. So I think I struggled a little bit in the wind today. We've not had quite so much flight time with the wind, but I've got another battery in my pocket, so we'll bring it up towards me. We'll land, and then we'll swap the batteries over. So we'll confirm we want to exit that mode. Okay, right, we'll bring it up towards me. We'll hit the land button just up here. So we don't need to go back to the home point, so land now. Okay, there it comes. Okay, you can probably hear it's making its double beep noise. It was doing that earlier on. I think what that is, because I've updated the Go app, it seems to be trying to update a different battery. I updated the one battery and I've put the other battery in there, so it seems like even in flight it was trying to update the battery, which is a bit strange, but we'll swap the batteries over and we'll see what happens on the next flight. Okay, so you can see we're just waiting for the satellites at the moment. So we've got the little message there.
The home point has been updated.
We're ready now, so
please
ready
check
to go
it on the
GPS
map.
mode. New home point's been updated. Just tap to get the right exposure there. And we'll go for an auto takeoff.
Take off.
Okay, so I'll hit the record button. I'll do it this time on the app just to show you that works. So I've pressed it on the app. Yeah, so I understand when that video caches now. I think that's something to do with, like I say, it does record on the SD card of the aircraft itself, but what it isn't doing at this point is recording onto my Android phone. Right, so we're still in, as you can see up the top here, we're still in F mode. So I'm going to press the little button down here, and we'll go for, we'll try some waypoints out again, which is that one just there. Okay, so it's saying in waypoint mode, the aircraft will follow a flight path with set waypoints. We'll start recording the waypoints, so I'll come just down to the bottom here, swap over the screens, and it's C1 to record and C2 to delete the waypoints. So I'm going to put the first one about here where we are now. So it's the left hand button on the underside of the controller. It's recorded one waypoint. We'll give it a bit of altitude as well. I'll zoom out a little bit. We'll record a second waypoint there. Okay, we'll turn around. We go. Okay, so we can also hide that screen, can't we? No, we can't hide that screen whilst we're recording waypoints. We can leave it like that for the time being. We'll stick another waypoint just there. Just what did it say then? Cannot set a waypoint when the aircraft is flying at 3 meters. Only set waypoints when the aircraft is flying. That's strange. Give it a bit more altitude. Okay, it's a bit of a funny moment then. That's done. Okay, right. That bit of 3 waypoints. I'm going to hit done. Current aircraft altitude is 110 feet roughly. The aircraft will return to the home point if a low battery or return to home is triggered. So we're going to apply that and we'll let it fly its route now. It's uploaded the waypoints and off it goes. You can see it just on the screen there. Again, we can hide that if we want to, and again to get back we'll just tap that little button there, will take us back. You can see whilst we're doing that, although it's broken up slightly, we can still control the camera itself. Obviously the aircraft's put a turn in there as it's reached waypoint 1, but we can still okay, so it's dropped down to the altitude I set it at, and off it goes to waypoint number 2. So I've just tried moving the sticks and it doesn't seem to let me do any controls at the moment at all. So whatever direction the camera's facing now, it won't let me change. Okay, so it's reached the last waypoint. So we'll exit that. I'm going to tap the... Oh, it's already exited the mode, so we'll try home lock. So I'll fly the aircraft back to me first. We'll switch back to... change back to P mode, so I'll flick up to P so you can see where it says P GPS. See where the aircraft's facing, fly back towards me. There we go. Okay, so back overhead again. flick back to F mode. Tap the little icon. We'll try home lock. Okay, so in home lock, pulling the pitch stick will move the aircraft towards the home point. So we'll apply that and just see what happens. So really all it's going to do is, if I push the aircraft away, it'll go away from me. Doesn't matter which orientation we're going. As soon as I pull the stick back towards me, it'll come straight back to where I am. Although it is struggling in the wind a little bit. Obviously we can change the orientation of the camera, but it'll always come back to me. Okay, so you can see what the home lock's doing on that screen a bit better probably. Okay, so we'll exit home lock. So we'll go for course lock. Let's have a look at the course lock. So adjust the heading of your aircraft and apply the course lock. The current forward direction will be fixed until you exit the course lock mode. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll orientate the aircraft in that direction. Okay, I'll fly back, backwards towards me. Come down a little bit, it's still quite windy. So we'll apply that. Okay, we'll fly forwards. And as I turn, see it does moves the orientation of the aircraft. As I pull back on the stick, back. All I'm doing is pulling back at the moment. It's on that course. Course lock and home lock, I don't really find that useful, so we'll exit that one. Okay, we're going to confirm that. Right, like I say, it's quite windy, so I'm going to bring the aircraft back over the top of me, face it towards us, fly it straight back. We've got about 60% battery left, so what I'll do is I'll do a quick flick it into attitude or Atti mode and see what happens in this wind. I'll take it right overhead of me. Okay, bring the altitude down slightly. Okay, right, so what I'm going to do now is we shall flick into, we'll change the attitude mode or Atti mode, like I say. You'll see the green bar will change to yellow. We'll see where the aircraft disappears to as soon as I flick it in. Okay, so let's drop the gimbal down a little bit. You should be able to see me below somewhere. Okay, here we go. Off it goes with the wind. Okay, right, I'll turn it around so it's facing me again. I'm going to fly it back towards me. Okay, so you can see at the bottom of the screen, just below where my thing is now, you can see we've got the height, the distance away it is from me, and the vertical speed and the horizontal speed. So into the wind, we're doing about, it's just over there somewhere, so we're doing about 11 miles an hour. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around. We'll fly it with the wind, full speed. We're doing about 40 miles an hour. Okay, spin it back round towards me. And then what we'll do is we're down to about 48%, so we're downwind of me at the minute, so I'm going to flick it back into P mode. Enable the GPS and we'll hit the return to home. So I can either do it on the controller or I'll do it just on here, so I'm going to do it on the button in the app. So return to home and land, We'll accept
Go
that.
home.
Okay, and here it comes back towards us. So you can see it's gone up to about 90 odd feet. The distance between me and the aircraft itself is now decreasing, doing about 6 miles an hour. Again, because of the wind, I think the propulsion output is limited slightly. Again, you can see we're getting a little prompt at the top there to say go home, now saying it's landing. Okay, and we'll go for a hand catch.